Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine a time when the world was not connected. No internet, no instant messages, no global conversations. Just people living in their own lands, speaking their own languages, living in their own worlds. Now imagine ships, massive wooden ships cutting through dark oceans, carrying something invisible. Not just soldiers, not just traders, but a language. That was the time of the British Empire, an empire so vast that people used to say the sun never sets on it, because somewhere in the world it was always day in British land. From India to Australia, from Canada to Africa, different cultures, different traditions, different identities. But slowly, quietly, one language started entering lives: English. At first, it did not feel important. It was just the language of rulers, of administration, of power. Children were taught English in schools. Officials used English in offices. Laws were written in English. And people learnt it not out of love but out of necessity. Years passed, empires fell, the British left many countries, including India. But something stayed: not their flags, not their control, but their language. English didn't leave. It remained in classrooms, in legal systems, in communication between states and nations. And slowly it stopped being their language and started becoming a shared language, a tool, a bridge, a silent connection between millions. Sometimes the most powerful things in history are not what conquer lands, but what stay behind. After the conquerors are gone, and English was one of those things. History moved forward, and the world faced one of its darkest times: World War II. Nations fought, cities burnt, millions of lives were lost. But when the war ended, the world had changed forever. From that change, one nation rose stronger than ever: the United States, not just as a country, but as a symbol of power, wealth, and influence. Its economy grew rapidly, its industries expanded, its voice became louder on the global stage, and wherever influence goes, language follows. English was now no longer just the language of the past empire, it became the language of the future. Think about it: big businesses, English; international deals, English; scientific research, English. If someone wanted to grow, to move ahead, to step into global opportunities, they needed one key: English. A young student in a small village dreaming of going abroad, a businessman trying to connect with global clients, a scientist wanting to share discoveries with the world. All of them needed the same thing: not money first, not connections first, but a language. And that language was English. Now imagine this: you are sitting in your room watching a movie, the characters speak, you read subtitles, but slowly you start understanding without reading. That's the silent power of exposure. Hollywood movies, global music, YouTube videos, social media. Most of it speaks one language: English. You don't even realize it, but every day you are surrounded by English. Every scroll, every video, every app. It's like the world is constantly whispering, learn me, understand me, use me. Even technology speaks English. Coding languages, software interfaces, global platforms. They all use English as their foundation. So, whether you are learning, entertaining yourself, or building something new, you are touching English again and again, without effort, without force. And that's how something becomes powerful. Not by forcing itself on people, but by becoming a part of their everyday life. Let me ask you something. Why do people really learn English? Is it because it sounds beautiful or because they love grammar rules? No, there is a deeper reason: opportunity, a better job, a chance to study abroad, the ability to travel confidently, the power to speak without fear. English became the key to doors that were once closed. A boy hesitates to speak. People laugh at him, but he keeps learning. One day, he speaks confidently in a room full of people, and suddenly, respect replaces laughter. That's not just language, that's transformation. English does not just change how you speak, it changes how you see yourself. It gives you confidence, it gives you presence, it gives you a voice in a world that listens to those who can express. Now, let's be honest. Is English the most beautiful language? Maybe not. Is it the easiest? Definitely not. Then why did it win? Because it became useful. Very useful. People don't choose languages with their hearts, they choose them with their dreams. English became the language of dreams, dreams of success, dreams of travel, dreams of becoming more. And today, when someone learns English, they are not just learning words, they are building a bridge from where they are to where they want to be. Imagine this: you walk into a room full of strangers, different countries, different languages, you feel alone. Then you speak one sentence in English, and suddenly someone understands you. Someone replies, a connection is born. That is why English became universal. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine you are standing in a crowded place. People are talking, laughing, sharing ideas. But you are silent. Not because you don't have thoughts, not because you are not intelligent, but because you don't know the language they understand. You try to speak, but the words don't come out, and slowly you start feeling invisible. This is not just a language problem, this is a feeling of being left out, a feeling of being unheard, a feeling that maybe you are not enough. But listen carefully, you are enough. You always were. The only thing missing is a bridge between your thoughts and the world. And that bridge is called English. English is not just a subject in school, it is not just grammar, vocabulary, or rules. It is a voice that can carry your ideas from your mind to the entire world. There was a time when English was just a small language spoken in a small land. But history had different plans. It traveled across oceans, it entered new countries, it became part of education, business, and communication. And slowly, it turned into something powerful. But here is the truth nobody tells you: English did not become powerful on its own. People gave it power. People started using it to connect, to trade, to learn, to grow. And today, if you walk into an interview room or open your laptop or travel to another country, English is there, waiting, not to judge you, but to connect you. It doesn't care where you come from, it doesn't care how you look. All it asks is, are you ready to try? Because the moment you try, doors begin to open, opportunities start to appear, and suddenly the world does not feel so far away anymore. But let's be honest. Learning English is not easy, not because it is difficult, but because of fear. The fear of making mistakes, the fear of being laughed at, the fear of sounding not perfect. Maybe you have experienced it. You tried to speak, and someone smiled and laughed and corrected you in a way that hurt. And in that moment, you decided, I will stay quiet. But let me tell you something powerful. Every fluent speaker you admire today was once a beginner. They made mistakes, they felt embarrassed, they struggled. But they didn't stop because they understood something important. English is not about being perfect, it is about being brave. Every broken sentence you speak is a step forward. Every mistake you make is proof that you are learning. And every time you try again, you become stronger. Now imagine a different version of yourself. You walk into that same crowded room again, but this time you are not silent. You speak, maybe not perfectly, but confidently. People listen, they respond, they smile, they understand you. And for the first time, you don't feel invisible, you feel seen, you feel heard, you feel powerful. That is the real power of English. It doesn't change who you are, it reveals who you are. It gives your thoughts a voice. It gives your dreams a direction. It gives your life more possibilities. And one day you will look back at your journey, at all the struggles, all the mistakes, all the moments you wanted to quit, and you will smile because you didn't just learn a language, you changed your life. So, if you are struggling right now, if you feel slow or scared or not good enough, remember this: you are not behind, you are just at the beginning. Keep speaking, keep trying, keep moving forward because one day your voice will travel further than you ever imagined.